Around 7 million years ago, our earliest ancestors lived in the forests of Africa. Water wasn't usually hard to find. Streams, rivers, and seasonal pools were everywhere. Rain fell regularly, and thick forests kept the ground moist. Life was still dangerous, but dying of thirst usually wasn't the biggest problem. Then everything changed. Over millions of years, Earth's climate became cooler and drier. Dense forests slowly shrank, and vast grasslands spread across eastern Africa. Suddenly, water wasn't everywhere anymore. Now survival depended on finding it. Imagine waking up every morning without knowing where your next drink would come from. That's exactly what early humans faced. And here's the problem. Not all water is safe. A clear-looking pond might contain deadly bacteria, while a muddy puddle could be filled with dangerous parasites. Water near animal carcasses could spread disease. Even today, unsafe drinking water kills hundreds of thousands of people every year. Ancient humans had no microscopes. They couldn't see germs. They could only see the consequences. Someone drinks. Someone gets sick. Sometimes, they never wake up again. That lesson doesn't need words. It only needs memory. Generation after generation, humans slowly built a mental map of safe places. Certain springs almost never made people sick. Fast-moving streams were usually safer than still ponds. Fresh rainwater was valuable. Water flowing over rocks often tasted cleaner. None of this came from science. It came from survival. Think about that. Every successful drink taught a lesson. Every deadly mistake taught an even bigger one. Researchers studying modern hunter-gatherer groups, including the Hadza people of Tanzania, have observed something interesting. Experienced adults know the landscape almost like living GPS systems. They remember hidden springs, seasonal rivers, and reliable water holes across enormous distances. That's knowledge collected over thousands of years. Ancient humans almost certainly relied on similar memories. But memory wasn't enough, because water keeps moving. A river that existed last year might disappear during a drought. A lake might shrink. A spring might dry up. So humans learned to read nature itself. Birds flying in one direction near sunset often meant water was nearby. Large grazing animals followed regular paths toward watering holes. Fresh green plants growing in dry areas hinted that underground water wasn't far away. Even insect behavior became a clue. Mosquitoes love standing water. Bees often fly surprisingly straight toward water before returning to their nests. Nature was constantly leaving clues. You just had to notice them. And humans became incredibly good at noticing patterns. In fact, archaeologists think this ability may have helped shape one of our greatest strengths: pattern recognition, seeing meaning where others saw randomness. That same brain skill now helps you recognize faces, solve puzzles, or notice your friend's car in a crowded parking lot. It may have started with something much simpler: finding a drink before sunset. Around 1.8 million years ago, another major change happened. A species called Homo erectus began spreading far beyond Africa. This wasn't a short walk. These humans crossed deserts, grasslands, mountains, and unfamiliar environments where they had never lived before. That created a huge new challenge. The old water sources weren't there anymore. Every migration became a giant survival puzzle. Archaeological sites like Manasai in modern-day Georgia show that Homo erectus had already reached Eurasia nearly 1.8 million years ago. That's astonishing. To travel that far without modern equipment, they needed remarkable knowledge about landscapes and reliable water. Otherwise, the journey ends quickly. But here's something even more surprising. Water didn't just keep humans alive. It decided where humans lived. Again and again, archaeologists discover ancient campsites beside rivers, lakes, and dependable springs. Not because the water was beautiful, but because everything else gathered there too. Animals came to drink. Plants grew nearby. Fish became available. Food and water appeared together. One good river could support generations. One dry season could destroy everything. Here's what makes this so important. Finding clean water wasn't just about avoiding thirst. It quietly shaped where humans lived, where families grew, and where civilization began. The Nile, the Tigris, the Euphrates, the Indus, the Yellow River, humanity's earliest civilizations, all grew beside reliable water. But humans didn't stop there. They learned to make dangerous water safer. Fire helped. Later, simple containers made boiling possible. They didn't know about bacteria. They just knew it worked. They also discovered that spring water, rainwater, and water filtered through sand were often safer than stagnant pools. It wasn't science. It was survival. Generation after generation, knowledge became culture. Parents showed children where to drink. Grandparents remembered hidden springs. Entire groups carried invisible maps inside their heads. Maps made of stories. Then something incredible happened. Around 12,000 years ago, humans began settling down permanently. Agriculture appeared. Villages grew larger. People weren't following water anymore. They expected water to come to them. Wells appeared. Canals were dug. Irrigation systems spread across entire landscapes. Ancient engineering wasn't really about moving water. It was about moving civilization itself. Without reliable water, cities simply couldn't exist. Even today, many of the world's biggest cities still sit beside rivers, lakes, or coastlines. The ancient rule never disappeared. We've just hidden it beneath concrete. And here's one final twist. Modern humans still carry many of those ancient instincts. When you hear flowing water, your brain feels calmer. Beaches, lakes, waterfalls, rivers. There's a reason. They're so popular. Your brain has been searching for safe water for hundreds of thousands of years. It still likes finding it, even if you're just holding a bottle from the grocery store. So here's the full picture. Our ancestors learned where to find clean water. They learned to read nature's clues. They learned to make dangerous water safer. And eventually, they built villages, cities, and civilizations around reliable water. So the next time you turn on a tap or take a sip from your water bottle, remember this. You're performing the same basic survival act your ancestors mastered hundreds of thousands of years ago. The technology changed. The instinct never did. Because being human has always meant searching for the next safe drink and building an entire world around finding it. If you enjoyed exploring the hidden origins of